Good afternoon. Today we get to talk about the topic that is near and dear to many people's heart, and that is Gypsy Days, or what is often known as Northern State University's homecoming. This year we will be celebrating Gypsy Days during the week of September 15th through the 20th, and Saturday, September 20th is the big day when we have the parade in the morning, the football game in the afternoon, and then many other festivities around that as well. So today I have three individuals who I've invited to help us talk more about Gypsy Days and our homecoming festivities. And those include Elaina Schmitt. And Elaina is one of our students here at Northern. She is a senior this year. She's majoring in elementary education. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about the student perspective. We also have Chad Hatzenbuhler. He is a director of marketing and communications, and he's going to help us by talking more about the parade, which he helps coordinate. And finally, we have Flakus, and he is the CEO of the Northern State University Foundation, and he's going to talk about all things alumni and a little bit more external facing with our community. So thank you for being here today. I appreciate your helping along with this conversation about homecoming.
Yeah, appreciate you having us.
Yes,
Great.
Thank you.
So Elaina, I'm going to start with you if that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll put you on the hot spot first. And you are co-chairing the homecoming committee this year.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask if you for our viewers who maybe know a little less about that, could you talk to us just a little bit about the homecoming committee? Just talk about its role, who's on the committee, and just some of the things that you do on that committee.
Yeah, of course. So what we do is that we plan different events throughout the week for students to come enjoy homecoming, bring school spirit. During the week, we have different events each day. So yeah, and we basically, we plan events throughout the week so students get to know what the feeling of homecoming is and what Northern's all about.
Wonderful. So then I'm going to come right back at you and just say, tell us about homecoming week, again, from the student perspective.
Yeah.
What have you planned?
So on Monday, we planned a casino night and meet the candidates night. It's the first day of the week, so we figured it would be a good opportunity for students to come and learn who the candidates are this year and kind of get to know some fun facts about their major, their hometown, and just we asked them to provide us 2 interesting facts about them just to throw it off a little bit, not the typical, what do you do in life type thing. And then on Tuesday, we have a amazing race, or Wolves on the Run is what we're calling it this year, and it's minute to win it games throughout campus actually. So it can go from the Student Center to JFAC over to Great Plains East, and it's the fastest team gets to win the overall event. Okay. Then on Wednesday, we have a new thing called Retro Game Night this year. And it's just different yard games for organizations to get their name out, to get our name out a little bit more, and for students to come enjoy yard games. We've noticed that spike ball is a very, very popular game on campus this year. So we've asked different organizations to bring spike ball as well. So there's at least, I think, we have 7 spike ball areas for people to come and join and play with us. And Thursday is the big night of coronation night. So we have a meal at 5:30 this year, and the president's office is helping us out with that this year. And then at coronation at 7, we get to figure out who gets to be our 2025 homecoming queen and king. And then on Friday, we have a lunch for $1 for students to come enjoy walking tacos for $1.
Wonderful. You have a very full week. And I want to go back for a minute to coronation dinner, since I do know a little bit about that. It is, I believe, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it is in the Johnson Fine Arts Center, right in the kind of main walkway area.
Yes.
Outside of the theater.
Yeah.
And we do invite the entire campus community, faculty, staff, students, the whole 9 yards are invited to come. And the only thing we'd ask is if you would RSVP to the president's office, simply so we know a count. So I'm going to plug that a little bit and hope people really show up for it. Yeah. So.
I thought maybe you were going to plug the retro games because, you're talking horseshoes, I'm in.
We do have cornhole, so that's kind of
Oh,
a little bit of a
yeah.
It's
retro
not really
one.
retro,
But
So if a few faculty or staff or administrators show up, do you let them play?
oh yeah, of course. We
Okay.
love it when faculty and staff come and play with the students because the students get to know the faculty gets to know the students, and
Right.
yeah, we just love it when faculty comes out and plays with us.
Great. That's wonderful. And then I want to come back at you one more time and drill in a little bit on coronation and the concept of the king and queen. Can you tell us a little bit about just how that all works?
Yeah. So to kind of get nominated for candidates, you have to have completed a minimum of 84 credits up until the fall term of that following year. And then for that fall term, you have to be enrolled for 12 credits. and you have to have a cumulative GPA of 2.0. And so you get to be recognized by a department, office, or organization on campus. And the campus-wide gets to vote for who wants to be the 5 girls and the 5 king candidates and queen candidates. And then throughout the week, the candidates get to campaign during lunch hour. So kind of get their name out there and get to know students as well. And then during the week, we will send out a voting, and the campus-wide gets to vote for who wants to be their homecoming king and queen.
Great. And then it's unveiled at coronation.
Yep.
And I believe, is that at 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
On Thursday?
Yep.
Okay, and that's in the Johnson Fine Arts Auditorium?
Yes.
Okay, great. Another plug. We'd love people to show up for that as well. All right, wonderful. I'll come back at you in a minute, but I think I'm going to go on to Chad right now, if I can, Chad. And I know you're really up to your eyeballs right now with the parade and planning the parade. And I know the parade at Gypsy Days is a big parade. I remember that from my time here before. So can you just give us a little bit about, the parade? Tell us a little bit about your plans and what you expect to see unfold.
Yeah, so honestly, what I've heard is the Gypsy Day Parade is the largest parade in South Dakota, and we're going to continue saying that because we think it's true. So, but the parade, so it's our 109th year. We have over 120 entries. We have 15 marching bands coming from all over the state. It's going to be a huge event. The theme this year is Wolves Through Time. So it's going to be interesting to see how everyone took that, because we got many questions about why is it Wolves Through Time? What do you guys think it is?
Right.
Said it's all in your imagination. You go for it. So, we're planning the parade. Everything has been sent out. The lineup is up, so everyone can go online and check out what the lineup's going to look like. Day of the parade, September 20th, Saturday. It starts at 9 a.m. sharp, starting from 8th Avenue, Main Street North, and we travel south all the way to 12th Avenue South. So, really looking forward to seeing everyone out at the parade. I know the best memories I've had in the last 2 years of watching is just everyone excited to see it start, all the kids running to grab their candy and everything like that. So it's going to be a great day.
Great. And you do allow candy to be thrown at this parade?
We do allow it. We recommend if you could hand it out, be nice so the kids don't have to run up. But yes, they love the candy. So.
Okay, very good. So I think you've given us the specifics, the time, the parade route. Anything else you'd like just viewers in general to know about the parade? Do they need to show up a lot early? Maybe just a few words about that.
Oh, so when we're setting up around 6 a.m. and I'm seeing people out there with their chairs all gotten their spots figured out. But something new for this year is in Wolves Square, so that's by Aldrich Park. We are providing bleachers, so the Aberdeen Parks and Rec is going to provide bleachers so we can add more seating.
Great.
And that is also in front of all the judging, so for the marching band judging or the parade float judging, so you'll get to see everything center stage. So.
All right. And what do you give out for prizes?
Yeah, so for prizes, we do first and second place for overall the floats. First prize is $1,000, second is $500, and third is $250. New for this year, whoever wins first place, they do get to be first in line after the Grand March next year. So they pay their entry fee, but they get to be the first float for that following year.
Nice.
So something just kind of to add a little extra to winning first place. So
Right, very good. And then the bands also can have. Did you say you have prizes for the bands or no?
They get an award, a nice trophy, and I heard it's really big this year, so they love it. So
very good.
Yes.
All right, very good. Who do you expect to be in the parade this year? I know you invite dignitaries. Do you have any firm yeses, or do they come in pretty late?
They came in pretty early this year. I know that Senator John Thune will be joining us. The mayor of Aberdeen, Travis Shoneman, will be joining. We do have the parade marshal, which is Chad Harlander. I think I said that correctly. Mm-hmm. But he's a 1994 graduate of Northern. So, we have people coming in, so it's exciting.
The number one fan, Nate Thompson, will be in the parade. I did talk to Nate yesterday, and he's pretty excited. He's worried about how he's going to get there. He needs a ride to get there, but we'll figure that out. So we should have Nate Thompson, NSU's number one fan in the parade also.
Oh, wonderful. Very good. And did you say number of bands? I think I heard you say that earlier.
15 marching bands.
Okay, very good. Anything else you want to tell us about the parade? Does that pretty much cover it?
That pretty much covers the parade. I mean, just, wake up a little bit early.
And come
find
down.
your spot and have fun.
Great. I forgot to ask you about the weather. Can you tell us? I mean, we're going to have a beautiful sunny day, right?
Seems like it'll be a little crisp in the morning, but it's going to warm up. So it's going to be a good day.
All right, very good. All right, Zach, and we'll finally come to you now. And we talked about the student perspective. Of course, the parade is very much a public event, and we hope the whole community comes out for that. And again, my recollection from being here before is this one thing about Gypsy Days that I absolutely loved, and that is that it is a community event here. The whole community and even the region gets into it, and that makes it so fun. But I know your focus is really trying to zero in on alumni and friends of the university, and we know homecoming, by nature of its term, homecoming, it is a time for alumni to come back. We invite them back to reconnect with their university, to reconnect with their old friends, maybe see a few professors that they had in class, and to just enjoy their alma mater. So I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about what you have planned.
Yeah, for homecoming week, we call it Gypsy Days. It's 3 full days for us. So this starts on Thursday morning. The parade marshal, Chad Harlander, he's actually speaking to a class. They've got him lined up in the School of Business. We've got tours that are going on. The Royal Order of the Gyps will have their event on Thursday night. Coronation. Not as many alumni probably come to Coronation because they've got other reunions and gatherings around it, but the football game and the 50-year club. I can go through the schedule in a minute, but it's just 3 full days. It's a lot of fun. We do get a lot of alumni back. It's one thing that's been universal. Like you said, they have a large parade in town. The new stadium is just a great place to watch a football game. Very family-oriented. We got a lot of them that come back. I know in looking for hotels, you got to make a call to the CVB to find a hotel right now because Aberdeen is completely booked.
Is it?
There's some Airbnbs I know they were working with, so people can still get hotel rooms. But it's just 3 really good days. And our alumni take a lot of pride in being Northern State graduates. So
Wonderful. So I'm going to start by zeroing in on the Hall of Fame and the Distinguished Alumni event that you hold each Friday evening. And I know that's become a strong tradition here. So can you tell us just a little bit more about what that is and then maybe who you're honoring this year?
Yeah, again, it's become a tradition at Northern. And we had really strong candidates. We take nominations from anyone. We publish those in the Northern Today magazine, online, through the foundation, through the university. So we've accumulated nominations over the years. We keep all those nominations, and we have 2 separate committees. One is for the Athletic Hall of Fame, and one is for distinguished alumni or distinguished inductees for some other categories. So we have different committees that nominate these people, and then different committees that select these people. So this year it's a long list, and it's a really good one, so I'll run through it quick. I know Nate Davis is not here, so I'll give you the athletic ones also. But Michaela Barando Archigo, she played basketball and ran track at Northern. She's an inductee on the women's side, holds all kinds of records at Northern. She's top 10 in scoring, top 10 in rebounding. Arden Rapp, he's, I believe, a 1966 alum of Northern. So this has been a long time coming for the Rapp family, but he played basketball at Northern in the 60s. Connor Doherty, he was an All-American football player. Actually, he was a 2-time All-American tight end. Played in the early 2000s, mid-2000s that he was here. The 1992-93 women's track team was inducted. They placed nationally, had a couple of athletes that were All-Americans. They won the conference. Just a really outstanding team. We've only probably put teams in the Hall of Fame for the past 10 years or so, but Northern has just a great tradition in athletics, and track and field is one of the strong ones. On the coaching side, we offer the Kretschmann Coaching Award. If you don't know Jim Kretschmann, longtime athlete, coach, and administrator at Northern, and he kind of embodied character and what it meant to be a true coach. And Todd Thorson from Ipswich is this year's recipient. He's won like 16 state titles. He's been the Coach of the Year. He's been National Coach of the Year nominee. I mean, just an outstanding coach, and he's done it the right way. He's really embodied the characteristics from Coach Kretschmann. We have a distinguished philanthropist this year. It's Jim and Tracy Thayers. Jim was very instrumental in building the football stadium at Northern, but much more than that. He was a regent. He's been a lifelong donor. He's not actually an alum of Northern, but he still spent a majority of his adult life supporting Northern and convincing others. Just as important, the gifts that he's made to Northern is, like I said, he's been a regent. He's been the chair of the foundation board. He's encouraged others to support the university. It's just him and Tracy have both had a lifetime of giving to Northern State. Kerry Conda is a distinguished alum. Again, he's received national recognition. He was the National Debate Coach of the Year. Wow. He's the debate coach over at Aberdeen Central. 9 or 11 state championships that he's won in debate. Their team was ranked as high as 8th in the nation, which is pretty impressive. Only South Dakota debate coach to do that. And then our last inductee is Dakota Bolin. Dakota ran in the Olympics. She was the highest finishing American athlete in the Olympics. I believe she got 12th this last year. And just, it's an amazing story. She wasn't honestly even the best cross-country runner on Northern's team when she was here, but her career has just spiked. She's a full-time professional runner.
Wow.
Runs the Olympics, runs a lot of national competition. So very good nominees, really good inductees this year. Very proud of their accomplishments.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
And you have a whole banquet and then an evening program afterwards.
We do, yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are packed. On Friday, we have tours on campus. We have a 50-year reunion. Anybody that graduated 50 years ago or longer, we have a reception for them on campus. The Hall of Fame banquet, I think we have 180 attendees. We do that in the Kessler's Champions Club. Right. I know there's reunions for the track and field teams. That'll be that evening. We got the 1975 football team is back. Tim Hofer is a local. He worked with Paul Murray to get that together. And so I think they've got 30 people that have RSVP'd for that, plus their spouses, and then other classes around it. And they graduated 50 years ago. So those guys are in their 70s, and really so much pride in Northern. I think Paul Murray's probably called us 10 different times in the last 3 weeks because he keeps saying, well, what about this guy and how do I get a hold? And
right.
So it's just a great weekend for us. It's busy. We burn the candle on both ends, as the university does the rest of the year. This is kind of the alumni's time to shine, this 3 days of events. So.
Right. Wonderful. Well, good luck with it all. It sounds exciting.
Thank you.
I'm anxious to participate in it too. We don't have our AD with us, athletic director with us today. So, Zach, I'm going to kind of come back to you and ask, a football game is just a huge part of homecoming. In fact, in many ways, everything builds up to the football game that happens on Saturday afternoon. So I'm wondering if you could tell us a little bit about who we're playing and then any specifics about the game you can share with us. And I don't know how much you can, but
sure.
But feel free to.
I got pretty good knowledge on that one.
Okay.
I'm a football alum, actually, at Northern. So the game will be at 2:30. This year they play Concordia St. Paul. This will be Northern's second game. The first game they went down to University of Sioux Falls. Lost a tight game, but I think Northern's got a very good football team. They do the Wolves Walk, which if you come to Northern, there's you can tailgate at the stadium. So they have different parking lots that are assigned, and then the marching band comes through 2 hours before the game and goes through the tailgate. Mm-hmm. They lead the football team. They go in. The stadium actually only holds like 3,800 people for seats, but we actually can get 8,000 people there because it's really set up well for standing room only. Yeah. There's lots of loge decks and party decks, and you can buy a standing room only ticket and stand right behind the end zone. Something at the Green Bay Packers Stadium, you're probably paying $500 a game, and you pay $8 for a walk-in ticket here. But so the tailgate lot actually opens at 10 o'clock. Okay. And then the game starts at 2:30. You'll be able to get in. Lots of reserve parking that's still available on the north side of the Barnett Center. We have different groups that are back. I know there's some specialty groups that are going to be on campus, AgTegra and DSG, and there's different entities that reserve tailgate spots. And they'll invite 50, 100 fans that come for their employees and their spouses. The whole game day experience is just very, very good. We expect a huge crowd. You can sit on the berm. If the weather's nice, you bring a blanket, let the kids run and play. It's just a great environment for the game. And it helps that the team's good. I know we've got soccer and volleyball also that weekend. So we jam a lot into those 3 days.
Yeah.
So.
Excellent. Wonderful. Well, that would be very exciting as well. All right. Well, thanks, Zach. I'm going to now just look at all three of you and open this up. And this is one that I think is a particularly important question because, as we've already talked about, homecoming's a big, Gypsy Days is a big deal at Northern State and in Aberdeen. And obviously, it's probably one of the biggest weeks of the whole year here. And so I'm just wondering, how do you go about engaging your particular constituent group or groups? And I'm thinking about students in particular. How do you get students to participate? You're more of a community-facing event with the parade. How do you get the community to show up? And, of course, how do we get our alums to come back? and also friends of the university. So I just love your thoughts about how do you publicize this thing? How do you encourage participation? How does that work for you?
I'll go first. Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
No, you can go. That's fine.
I guess for like the homecoming committee, we work with student affairs and we hang up posters within the residence halls. I'm a CA on campus as well, so I know for students and residents, they look at those community boards to see what's going on around campus. So of course, like to get students engaged, we post posters, we post on social media. We plan to do big posters in Dakota Hall Gym, Science Center, and then the Tech Center this year too, just so the commuters can even see what events are happening on campus. So that's how we engage with students to come in and join us with the events.
And do you get good participation?
Yeah.
What's been your experience there?
Yeah, our biggest event is probably casino night on that Monday.
Yeah.
We did it 2 years ago for the first time, and we've had maybe between 100 and 200 students come and play throughout the night and stuff. So yeah, we get pretty good turnouts for each night.
Great, great.
For the parade, honestly, the community shows up. And it's just amazing. I've never been in a community where just people just show up and show their support. I mean, even planning the parade, it's a community effort. Our committee that we have for the Gypsy Day Committee, it's everyone on campus, from students, faculty, staff, helping planning it, and then also just community members, the chamber, other groups who throughout the community that help support the parade itself. This year, I know Chamber came up with an idea with the foundation to paint the town golden maroon, sorry. And then so businesses in town, they could participate by dressing up their storefront. So this year it's going to be a nice feeling of having maroon and gold downtown and just that Northern pride. So we're excited to just see it.
Good, very good.
And our alumni definitely love to come back and rekindle old relationships and see the campus. But what they really like to see is the students. They love coming on campus, seeing the students with that much enthusiasm, being in the parade, the marching bands. I mean, it's the whole environment that really draws back alumni. We do a lot with the social media. We do direct mailings. We do postcards. But the organic stuff that comes from the students is probably what gets the alumni the most excited when they hear about casino night or when they hear about coronation and they know what's going on. They'll see the students out in force in the community. Like you said, they're the ones actually helping paint it maroon and gold sometimes. It's the students that are painting some windows and working with these different businesses. Because most of our students work, as you know, so they're out in these businesses.
Exactly.
And that enthusiasm just really grows and snowballs. So it's fun that as an alumni association or as a foundation, we still promote this stuff, but the students are really what bring people back to town. They understand and they get it that this is their time to shine. This is what's fun about college. This is why they come to school. Yeah. I hate to tell our professors that it might not be the classes, but the students. This is like you said, the largest parade in the state of South Dakota. Coming to the Gypsy Days football game is just an unbelievable experience. Kids do that in high school, and they can't wait to go to college to get to be part of it. So congrats to students. Good job.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to open it up again and just say, what have I missed in asking you about Gypsy Days? What more can you tell us, and especially the audience that's watching this show?
I have one question for you.
Okay.
The burning of the W.
Yes.
Can you explain more of this? Because I think last year was the first
It
year.
was.
So if you can kind of give us some more, because I think it's really cool.
Yeah, so I'm from a small town here in South Dakota. I'm from Northwestern. I graduated from Northwestern, so 20 miles south of Aberdeen, actually. It's kind of a school tradition there that we do it. We do a burning of an N and W, so I thought, and last year we thought it was a cool idea to do a burning of the W here, because I know a lot of small schools do it. So it kind of gives also that hometown feeling for like different like freshmen who are homesick and it's like, oh, I wish I can go back for homecoming back home who can't. So we kind of just like came up with the idea to have like little bonfires around it and just to kind of hang out after coronation, because like we've noticed in past years that homecoming after coronation, you just kind of go home and you're just like, okay, now what do I do? So we wanted to open that opportunity to students, even alumni, faculty, even some community members to come enjoy bonfires, s'mores. That we're going to have s'mores this year, new thing. To just enjoy talking to students, talking to the candidates, talking to the Queen and King. And they actually get to light the fire now, is the Queen and King get to do that. So yeah, that's kind of what the idea behind it was and what we wanted to do to have everybody come and join us after coronation and stuff.
And where will you be burning the bond?
It will be in the Barnett Center parking lot.
Oh, right in the parking lot.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have a DJ, or do you need me to come sing or anything?
We usually just play speakers. Like we
Okay.
just have a playlist playing, but maybe next year we'll.
Okay. Keep me in mind.
Yeah, we'll keep you in mind.
And it's a W for wolves or for win?
Well, it could be for both. We originally thought it would be for wolves.
I did grow up where you would burn the opposing team's
Yeah.
letter, so
Oh.
Concordia St. Paul, but we just go with the burning of the W, and I'm good with that.
That's great. I'm really glad we're doing that, actually.
I would follow up with the importance of the faculty and how it, like John Peterson actually taught me at Northern 30 years ago when I was here. But I have alumni that are coming back, and they want to see their old professors.
Yeah.
So I think every department you have has a tailgate spot, whether it's fine arts, education, business.
cool.
They all have tailgate spots in the premium tailgate lot, so they intermingle with the community. But I'm surprised with how many alums just ask about professors and want to see them. So the visibility of your professors that whole week on campus is really important, in my opinion. So.
Very good. Yes. I'm glad to hear they're out for the tailgate. That's great.
Anna Schwann, Dr. Schwann in the School of Ed, they probably take the cake. Now, she has her husband Brett do it, but I mean, they smoke stuff all day long.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
School of Business will have like a chili feed, and then John Peterson has these pumpkins that he's grown all year that he has like an NSU or a wolf that he carves into it, and so it kind of grows into the pumpkins.
Oh, my
So he gets
goodness.
really into it.
That's
Fine arts,
awesome.
obviously, this is as big for athletics as it is fine arts.
Yes.
You know, with the marching band and everything they do. So College Arts and Sciences, they're out there huge. They've got their new building. There's tours, people going through that. So it really hits every place on campus, which is impressive. And it's honestly not that way at other schools. I've been to other schools, homecoming. A couple of my kids went to other schools before transferring back to Northern, and they said you just can't take that, the hometown feeling out of Gypsy Days.
Yeah.
And the community really does support it.
Yeah, Gypsy Days is a big deal. It really
It is.
And it's fun, especially at been at a school that maybe homecoming wasn't as big of a deal. It's really, it's heartwarming and refreshing to see how wonderful Northern does their homecoming. So, yeah, it's very good. Anything else for today that we should cover? Because as we know, this is next week, so it is just right around the corner.
Yes. I kind of want to back out like the community. Like I talked to a lot of students during homecoming and even just in general, and I ask them why they choose Northern. It's because of that community feel, that not just on campus but within the actual community of Aberdeen. Because it's nice to see to have even community members to come to the burning of the W or come to the football games or basketball games or anything on campus that they're open to come to. So it's really nice to see that.
I'm looking for money to pay her for this PSA she just did. Great job.
great
Thank
one.
you for
That's also why I
understanding and
came
knowing
back.
that.
That's
Yeah.
why I transferred back from Black Hill State back to Northern, was that community feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So-
Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah,
That's
of
great.
course.
Yeah, yeah. We could probably go into more detail there, and we won't, right? But Northern does it well,
Yes.
no question about it. So, all right, last chance here. Anything else on homecoming, on Gypsy Days?
Thanks
No?
for being back and taking this so
Yeah.
serious.
Yes.
And we're glad to have you as an interim. So
Yeah,
this will
and
make homecoming
it's fun to do these shows again. I don't know how many of you know this, but when I was here last time and spent a whole year here, we did these shows, not every week, but every few weeks. And then I guess for some reason they stopped for a bit, and that Paul and I decided something we needed to do was bring them back. So this is a kind of bringing back something that's been a tradition and I think is worthy to bring back. So, and then of course it allows us to feature things that are coming up like Gypsy Days, and we'll have a lot more topics on the agenda as we go forward. So, and our goal is to get many, many different people in here to be interviewed. So maybe by the end we'll have almost most of the campus represented. That's also a goal of ours.
That'd be
So,
great.
That's cool.
all right, thank you so much. And I end by saying I hope you have a wonderful homecoming. Just enjoy it, because it really is a very, very fun week. So thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.